Hey everyone, 3-month update with Operation Don't Be Fat. So this month was a harder month. So right off the bat, for the third month, for the last 4 weeks, I've lost 2 pounds. So it is my smallest loss so far, but it is a month that I struggled. And so I'll give you the rundown. So for week 9, okay, so where we left off, for week 8, which was May 3rd, I weighed 179. I had lost 0.8 at that meeting, which brought me in at a total of 11 pounds. And for week 9, so week 9 is the first meeting that I did not go to since I started. And that day, like, I was just wore out. Like, I could not pull myself like out of my bed. I just was not feeling well. And like, there have been times where I've gone and I've just weighed, you know, and then had to do a meeting a different day. But that day I did not weigh, and that was hard for me, like that whole like mental thing. But you know, gotta move on. So the next week, May 17th, I lost 0.6 pounds. And I was like, thank you, because those 2 weeks, the week before and the week following this week, were really hard. And I'll get to that one, to that part of the story. So that next week, I was up 0.4. That is the first time that I've ever had like a positive since I've started Weight Watchers. And I was like, oh no. And I'm kind of like wondering if maybe it wasn't true, and I'll get to that point too. But anyways, I weighed in last week, May 31st, and I was down 1.8 pounds, which brings me to a total of 13 pounds in 3 months. Ta-da. Yeah, so that, and let's see, I think I'm near, I don't know. So on my online like tool things, it has like my next goal is 176, so that'd be 1 more pound to reach that. But my actual goals that they have listed inside is my 5% goal, which would be 10 pounds, and my 10% goal is 19 pounds. So 176 would not be 19. So but I did get like a little Bravo sticker. Put all my information. I got a Bravo sticker for that meeting because I did own up, and I said, you know what? It's been hard. I've been slacking, and I'm just trying to get rid of that perfectionist mentality that I have and not get down on myself. You know, and so they were really encouraging, and they gave me a little Bravo. And after the meeting, my leader actually asked me to wait afterwards, and she just gave me encouragement, which is what I need. And so on to how the month went. There was a couple weeks that I didn't log every day, and I was just feeling like unmotivated, I guess, because when you start on something, you're just like, yeah, like this is what I'm doing, but then it kind of gets discouraging to have to measure stuff, like having to measure your cereal and having to measure your pasta. Like, don't y'all remember being young and it didn't matter how much you put in your mouth? Like, it didn't matter. Where now I have to measure stuff, and if we go out to eat, I'm like looking at the menu, deer in the headlights, and we have the e-tools. But some places, like if I, go to little like homey places that aren't chains, it's a little bit harder to figure that out. Plus, I could do my best to make the healthier choices, but when I see other people around me eating not healthier choices and it looks so good, like I want that. I want to eat that too. So that is hard. And, but I realized like where I was going, and this is what usually happens in my weight loss journey, is that like I start to like waver, and then I get down on myself, and I'm like, you failure, you messed up, you're always gonna struggle, this is just how it's gonna be, blah blah blah. And I was like, well, no. And I went to my meeting, and that week it was talking about like struggles, and I'm like, oh, this is a perfect week. And so I brought up my struggle, and I'm not alone in this, and that's what I liked about this, and this is why I need this. But it just was nice to have that you know, to get it out in the air and tell it to people that get it and can, you know, help me get back on track. And so that very next week when I weighed in, I was down 1.8, and I was like, oh, so you get back on track and you start losing. When you go off track, you don't. I do, however, wonder if that 0.4 gain was true, because this weigh-in that I just did a couple days ago, I pulled out my scale and I stepped on it, I weighed, because I remember I step on the scale at home every time to see how big of a difference there is. And so when I weighed in that week and I was up 0.4, I was really surprised, because at home I was almost 2 pounds lighter, and I was like, you know, it's not always accurate. So this time I weighed myself completely naked, and I hadn't eaten or drinking anything in the morning. I'd gone pee, and I was 176. And so then I put on my bra and my panties, and I stepped on the scale, and I was 176.6. And I'm like, 0.6 for bra and panties? Really? Like, I was really surprised at that. So then I put on my, I was wearing a dress, but I usually put on tank tops with my dresses. And I put on my tank top and my dress, and I was up to 178. And I'm like, my dress and tank top are over a pound, or like at a pound. Like, that's insane. So I was like, I'm gonna check the accuracy of this. I take off my dress, take off my tank top, step back on, and I went right back down to 176.6. And I'm like, that is so crazy. So then I went into my closet, and I'm like, all right, I can't show up naked. But so I have this dress that I bought from Target a couple years ago, but it's such a lightweight material that I don't feel comfortable wearing it. Like, I'll wear it around the house when it's really hot and cleaning and stuff, but I don't like to wear it out. Plus, it like really shows like my area, and I don't like it. So then I put that dress on, and I got on the scale, and it was like 176.8 or 9 or something like that. It had dropped it down, because I'm telling you, this dress is like, it's not even, I'm just like, it's not a dress. I felt really uncomfortable wearing it there. I was like, well, I'm just gonna, you know, and I wasn't feeling good that day either. So that's the other thing, is my house has been sick for like 2 weeks, and my throat was like swollen. I did not feel good. But so as I'm walking into the meeting, I'm kind of like making sure that the dress doesn't fly up, because it was really windy. And so I stepped on the scale, and it was 177. I was like, okay. So I just have to, I didn't realize that even though I was wearing a dress, that other dress was so heavy that it would make a pound of a difference in weight. So I'm thinking back to that week before where I had that 0.4, and I'm like, because I don't know that I really lost 1.8 last week. Like, I was good, but I wasn't that good, I don't think. I did a lot better last week, but I wasn't like perfect. So I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, I ended up going to the doctor's on Monday, and I was wearing like heavier clothes, pants, and a longer shirt, and my shoes, and I was 178 on their scale. So I think that, yeah, I'm around like that area. Plus I was wearing the heavier clothes, so I'm like, oh, okay, so it's probably pretty accurate. Just had a couple weeks where I wasn't doing very well, and then just this past like week and a half I've been sick. So it's been hard. I think it's the same as the other months I mentioned. I have a hard time with meal planning, and I have a hard time with like coordinating all of that. I don't know. And I start with good intentions. I make my list. I go to the store. I bring it home. And then I'm just like, you know, people will be like, I love carrots and hummus. It's so amazing. I like carrots and hummus too. But that's not something that I can eat every day. Like, I need chocolate, and I want all the chocolates, and that's really discouraging. I just want to eat it all. I'm like, bring it back. I really like flavorful foods, and like salads to me are just boring. I don't like them unless I can like put blue cheese on them. I just, you know. And then I don't know. I really need to overcome the whole food thing, obviously. Operation Don't Be Fat. Really getting more greens in. And so it's not even just about sticking within like the points. it's also about making sure that I'm eating healthy, because this isn't just about weight loss. This is about cleaning me on the inside out and being healthy. Because the greens and the fruits, they're going to feed my body nutritious things, and I want to be healthy for many years to come. So I'm trying to figure out like how to really adjust and make things that taste really good but aren't like really calorie laden or point large, because there's some stuff where you wouldn't even think that it's a lot of points, and then you measure out like your small little, and it's like 8 points, and then you're just like, are you kidding me? What in the world? So I don't know. I did get a little bit, I hadn't been logging activity because I kind of just wanted to stay on the safe side, and I don't want to overestimate my activity or anything like that. But then I realized that, like, I thought that only a certain amount of steps could equal points, but then when I actually I just went and started logging in my steps regardless of whether it gave me points or not, and I was surprised that I actually earned points when I didn't think that I had. And then also like house cleaning counts. I don't get a ton of steps when I'm house cleaning because it's more like hard work, like if I'm scrubbing the bathtubs and stuff like that, or I'm mopping or vacuuming or whatnot. And so I have to be better at logging that. A part of me is like, well, if I don't log it, but I do the activity, then I'm doing more for my body anyway, and not kind of giving myself more points than I need, because I know that when I blow through all 49 points, then I don't really lose. But if I only use half of them, then that's good. And the 49 is a weekly thing. I'm not talking about the daily thing. Oh, that was pretty rambly. What are some goals? Just to keep going and keep making sure I'm logging, even if I know that I've eaten something bad, to make sure that I log it and that I'm staying more active. And we are going out of town this weekend for my cousin's wedding, and that I'm not sure how I'll tackle that yet, because that's a little bit harder to control, I feel, because we will be on the road. We're driving quite a bit of ways, and then just being there, we're staying in a hotel, and we're going to the wedding, and so I don't feel like I have as much control. So I need to make sure that I try to stick with healthier versions of things, where I'm just tempted to go ahead and just eat what I want. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm not home. I'll eat whatever I want, but I shouldn't, and I can't. The weight isn't coming off as fast as I had hoped, obviously, although 13 pounds is a good amount. So overall, I'm okay with this month. I'm not super happy, but I'm also really glad that I didn't give up, and I feel like that is a hurdle in itself. Just learning from those mistakes and continuing to press on, that I am proud of. I obviously would love to be a little bit further ahead, but at the same time, it's still going. I haven't had a month of, no loss at all. I haven't had, a fluctuation back on the other side. I'm continuing to make progress, and then I'm also looking at the smaller goals where I can be like, okay, well, at this point I was this much, and now I'm finally back to that weight, and so I can get down to here, and then I can get down to here. So I'm just slowly working towards those goals, and that's all I can continue to do. I won't be wearing any super cute bathing suits anytime soon. I had hoped I'd be a little bit more ahead, just so I can feel more comfortable with my body going out in a bathing suit and things like that, but that's just the way it is. I am going to try to do the June ab challenge. I don't think I will see a difference just because of the layers of fat, but at least the work will be done underneath there. So as I continue to lose weight, then hopefully there'll be some good stuff going on down there. There is a really cool video that I saw, and I will link it below, but I will preface by saying that it does show nudity. It is a photographer that did a project of real women and real mothers and their bodies after baby. And I know that we all see celebrities and they're like back down to their like super skinny weight at like 6 weeks after having a baby, and they somehow have abs. I don't even know. But this was like taking real life women and showing that. So it's not tasteless nudity, but I do want to put that out there. If you don't want to see breasts, then don't watch the video. If you don't mind, then I would recommend it. I just think it's very beautiful and very encouraging. And I remember I was like, oh, that's what I look like, you know, and how different it is when you see somebody else look that way. You're like, oh, you know, it's not as, you're not, you know, you don't have the same negative feelings, I guess. So I will link that down below. And I know that some of you are like working on this. So let me know what is going on. What are your goals? Oh yeah, I didn't make a goal. Okay, I have not been drinking enough water, so I need to do that. And something to help with that is I have been like slicing up fruits and putting in my water. And I also found a really good yummy tea. It's called like Peach Ginger by Mighty Leaf, and I make it into iced tea. That's really good. But drinking the water, being active or more active. It's really hot, guys. But I have been working in my garden, so that I count as continuing to move. And to continue to log daily and be positive. Positive thoughts, positive mindsets. So what are your goals? Did you make any goals like last month? Did you meet them this month? Are you making any progress? Are you feeling discouraged? Are you feeling like, ha, hoorah, like all awesome and psyched? Yeah, let's have a conversation. I'm really happy that I have some people that, you know, are going through this with me, and we can chit chat about it and hopefully be a good support system for each other. And if there's any videos you want, like, I don't know if I should do mid-month updates, or like if there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, but let me know. Otherwise, right now I'm just doing like the monthly updates to kind of let you know how it's going over here. So I hope that you guys are all doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.